Have the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let the roll call show everybody is present and we do have a quorum. Those that would like to join me in prayer, please do. Lord, look down upon us and give us guidance. We are very thankful for all that you've given us here in Shoshoni. And may you continue to bless this council and our citizens. In your name, Lord, amen. Amen. Can I have approval of the agenda?
Move that we approved the agenda with the following changes of moving consent agenda item C down to the end after the travel vouchers, and also under new business, adding a B of business licenses.
I'm confused on this travel voucher thing. Is this, because we did this where we have to okay everything, so have we changed that without changing the? Because last one, we gave him the check and then nobody approved the check. We approved the agenda.
No, I said that we approved the, my motion was to approve the voucher and the bill.
But there was never no approval on the check.
That'd be, and the bill.
So the actual motion on the floor was only to approve the voucher. And then later you clarified in your.
Well, I said in the bill, I'd listened to it, but it kind of was talking over me as I was making the motion. I wrote here in the recording, but I did say.
So she supplied the printout of the actual wording. It was never modified to include that from the original motion of just the voucher.
So we gave him the check illegally.
I made the.
Well,
motion.
I signed the check, but I remember what Jake had
said
said, so that's why I
The
signed it,
voucher
yeah.
and the bill,
Yeah.
which you couldn't really hear it in the recording. I went back to play that again and you
Oh,
couldn't hear it.
And I definitely heard that. Yeah.
You heard me say, and the bill.
Yes, I did.
That's
That
what
came
I
after-
also
that came
heard.
In the transcript after the motion just wasn't amended. I guess for.
I said it when I originally made the motion, but you couldn't hear it in the recording.
I was there, I was only on the transcript.
I know, and I even
Yeah.
made the comment, you go back into the recording, you're gonna hear, I said, and the bill, while I went back into the recording.
And the transcript, just like the AI on your phone, it doesn't always record it
No,
correctly.
but are we changing what we had set up about?
No,
It has to be
and so
approved?
my motion to move the bills to the end so that we can either approve the voucher or not, and then add it to the bills.
But
So
then
I'm
we're,
gonna stop you. Hold on, I got this. So I'll call Marshall. Right now, the policy that was approved by council very clearly is the policy that states that the voucher is approved at the meeting. And then after that's approved, then the check is cut and approved as a bill at the next meeting. That's the current policy that we have to follow. And I'll call
Okay.
Marshall.
Does it actually say the next meeting?
Yes,
In our policy that
it's
is?
attached to your packet. So I'm just trying to clarify that. I'll call Marshall. He couldn't be here. He said that they came up to give him a call.
Surgery.
Yeah.
Recently.
He said, but I'm just paraphrasing for Marshall. Not my words, his words paraphrased, that it's the current policy that is approved by council, and so that has to be followed until it's changed.
My understanding was it had to be approved by council before a check could be written.
Exactly.
right,
So the voucher has to be approved, the check can't be written prior to the approval of the voucher.
Yeah,
Unless it's pre-arranged travel or pre-approved travel
Sure.
by council, in that case, the check would be available.
Yeah. I just didn't know why it has to wait till the next council meeting.
Because it has to be on the bill list for the council to approve the check. Just like any other bills that are on for the checks that are written, that's what the bill list is. So it has to wait till the next council meeting so that it's on the bill list to be approved.
Be added to the bill list.
Where it
Right.
says no payment will be processed for reimbursement of travel expenses which are not pre-approved until after approved by council.
Exactly.
So
So
if we approve it and then amend the bills to add
but then
that,
how are we gonna do that unless she's here, goes and cuts a check, redoes the bill list,
Yeah.
comes back with. But that makes no sense. So,
No.
okay,
and this came from Councilman Nordine, that the way the CWC does it is that they approve the voucher and then it gets paid afterwards.
2 weeks, it's only 2 weeks.
I'm just saying what
No,
we're
I-
council, that's what we have to
okay,
follow.
well then, that was a little misunderstanding on my part. I guess we'll have to look like that, travel policies on unfinished business. I'm gonna withdraw my motion and make the motion that I move we approve the agenda. But add 16D business licenses.
I guess I still don't understand, not anybody's travel voucher, if it's approved. Why I just do not understand, it has to
If
be
it's
2 weeks.
pre-approved, that's different, but it's on here as being approved, then you have to wait till the bill list.
It's like going to Wham, it's pre-approved, it's on the bill list. If it's just travel that you do discretionary, according to travel policy, that you have the voucher approved, and then check is cut out.
But on this, like this one here, from when I traveled, it will be 30 days before I receive reimbursement and a lot of
You
miles.
can't- Joel, you're starting from the date of travel. You can't do that because that's impossible.
That is when I spent my money.
Well, that's good, but
Okay.
procedure, you only
Anyway.
have there's only 2 council meetings a month. So it's impossible to give you your money within a day of your travel.
I didn't say within a day, I said after it was improved, that after it was approved, that would be that's fine. That's 2 weeks from this last one. Anyway, that's fine. We'll just move on. There's a lot more important things we need to discuss other than this.
I just want to understand it, so we're abiding by what we put. Which you know,
So that's what we're trying to do is get it straightened out that's, we had it where we,
how did this issue come about, I guess?
because last week we had him take it off the agenda and we had put it on the bill list and had a check already cut. And it wasn't supposed to be like that.
Yeah, the check would not be issued
Payment
until
will be-
after it's been a payment. Yeah, it won't
No
be.
payment will be processed, so the payment has to be processed and put on the bill list after it's been approved.
So it has to wait till the next.
And unless this is what Chris is saying, unless we approve the voucher, clerk goes in, redoes the whole bill list, brings it back out, then we approve that bill list. We can't do it in the
Well,
same meeting.
I don't understand why this
Can-
can't
can
be
I-
added to
can
the
I
existing
interject?
bill list.
Just, this may be stupid, negligent on my behalf, but to me, it kind of seems like we're approving it twice. I get the whole process of the check not being cut once, because you don't know if it's gonna be approved. If
I'm
you
just gonna
have
say, this body right here approved this 5-0.
Mhm.
All of you did. You all
No.
talked about it.
I
You all went
understand.
through it.
You know, I don't,
So
I'm just saying, looking at it, if we approve the voucher that is submitted, right?
It's the same thing as if you have a bill for the water
Then-
company.
let me clear. I know I'm
Like, I just feel like it's kind of like redundant.
No, so when we were talking about the formulation of this, we were talking about approved travel versus unapproved travel.
Right,
We're talking about 2 different segments. Approved travel, is something that we're going to a training, council's going to Wham, something like that, that the council agrees, or the mayor says, hey, I need to go down here for this. The council's like, okay, yeah, you have our blessing, whatever. That's approved travel. Versus,
I understand.
okay, so that one is a cut bill. And then the conversation on this, started with Councilman Nordine from CWC when we were talking about the voucher at their process for unapproved travel, which means that it's done at discretion.
Right,
So the council's unaware, everyone's unaware, and then it comes on a voucher to see if it's something that the council votes on, to see if that is approved or not, because it's after the fact.
Right,
And then the check is cut out.
I get that. I'm just saying, so if it's unapproved travel, it gets approved here,
Mhm.
then it's added to the bill,
At the next meeting.
right? So then is that when he collects his check?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
at the next meeting.
Depending on if that's approved at that meeting?
Right.
Correct.
No,
No, at the.
you only gotta
voucher-
approve the voucher once,
I
but you gotta
know,
approve the
but-
check twice.
But it's
Same as-
added to
No,
the
you only
bill.
approve the check
You're
once.
really approving it twice because it's added to the bills. So if you go, I approve all the bills except for that,
Let me break it down.
and that's
So-
where I'm hanging up.
Okay, let me break it down. So if I say, hey, I requested, I'm gonna go down to Jackson this week. Is that okay with the council for X, Y, and Z? The council's like, yeah, Chris, that's fine. That's approved travel. You just approved it. It's not a voucher. You approved it. At the next meeting, I'll get a check for my reimbursement. By approving the voucher for unapproved travel, you haven't heard anything about it yet.
Right.
You're basically approving the same thing, except the only difference is you're approving it after the fact.
And I understand that. I'm just saying,
I guess
I think where I'm trying to get to is we approve the unapproved travel voucher as a group or don't, whatever.
Yeah.
But then it gets added to the bills, which makes sense. But then we're approving the bills again.
Cause you have,
Yes.
but you never approved that bill yet. You just
I
approved
know.
the travel, not the check, you approved the travel. Do you still have to approve the bills separately?
It's like
Which
when we
makes sense.
approve a contract to do the sidewalk, we still have to approve the check to hand it
And,
to
and
them.
I understand that.
So it is
But
totally
what-
redundant.
But what I am
The
saying is,
reason.
if we approve it, I almost feel like it should be a separate lined item bill on the following meeting.
It is.
Because
Well,
if it's not, then we're essentially combobulating it into those bills again, and somebody could say, I don't approve that.
They
Jordan,
could.
I think you're confused on what the bill list is. Because the bill list is only checks that have been cut. So it wasn't on the bill list twice.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying it. I don't know. We could talk more about it.
Yeah.
It's probably just misunderstanding on my behalf. But the policy is in place and that's what we need to follow irregardless. That's what we,
It says no payment will be processed. Does that mean just processing the payment literally mean, okay, now I'll put it on the bill list? And
well, I mean,
That's
so she can't put it on the bill list or cut a check until after it's been
been approved
approved.
either.
which makes sense.
Which I didn't understand that.
Yeah,
that
either
part of the
pre-approved by
account.
council or approved as a voucher. So you have information of
So once it's approved, the process
Begins.
So I guess,
will be processed. That's okay, now it's approved. I'll go ahead and put it on the bill list, cut the check.
yes.
But you could also, the same thing, if it was on the bill list, you could approve it or not approve
Well,
it,
we
and
could-
just one motion instead of two.
But it can't be on the bill list.
Policy.
We could
Right
change the
now, that's not
policy
what
to
the
say
policy
no
says.
payment will be delivered. Then it could be processed ahead of time, but
Right.
not delivered.
Like any other check.
which I
Give it up,
guess
Joel.
that, the policy, I think we just need to follow, but
Right.
my only question is if everybody approved the voucher on that specific bill 2 weeks down the road, could somebody get a hair in their ass and then all of a sudden say, we're not approving that bill?
Well, they already voted on it though.
That's
you-
my
could.
question, I guess.
I mean, yeah, hypothetically, you could, but I mean. I guess hypothetically, but it's a pre-approved travel at that point because you approved the voucher. So now you're gonna go against policy if you're gonna vote, you know, saying.
That was my
Back with
that-
policy, because you.
That's how I was
Right.
breaking that down, because
Yeah, because the travel's approved. Once it's approved, but now you're approving the bill list in its entirety essentially, because that's a formality by state statute that's to be done.
right, and I get that.
So
I'm
that's
just
why
saying
it
if somebody
appears on
wanted to have a hair in their ass and they're singling it out, it's already been approved.
It's already been approved according to the policy, so therefore it doesn't really matter. You could theoretically still vote against it on the bill list, I guess. I mean,
You can vote against the power bill if you want.
yeah, I mean, you could vote against anything, really.
Well, bills don't get paid, we don't move forward.
Yeah,
I-
we had a council vote against paying a bill.
I'm just,
Well, certain, but yeah, I'm sure it comes up and it's
Yeah.
probably I'm good. I just was trying to understand
Sure,
that.
No, I
piece
understand.
of-
no,
as
that's
part of the
okay.
Policy in place, that's what we put in place.
It was confusing for me also.
I didn't understand the no payment will be processed part. That was, I didn't. That's
Well, I mean,
why
it makes sense to me, I guess, because if we think about,
We did this for transparency.
Right.
That was the whole purpose that we
Yeah.
did this, that everything's approved before it's just paid. Because
Well-
before we would just travel and just get paid.
well, and two, it's kind of like,
You know.
you know, I'm gonna be here 27 meetings. I'm gonna miss 3, so go ahead and approve my check now for December. You know, like
Right.
it's kind of that type of thing. So I get it. I don't have no further discussion. Just
Okay.
wanted to clarify.
I do think that we should consider one thing, particularly Joel does a lot of traveling, but it could be any of us, it really could fall into that category. There's one thing that we do at the college, which really does make sense for people who travel a lot. So I will have, like my anthropologist, archaeologist, he's always going out to the field. And so what we would do is we would approve and we create and then approve a travel requisition for the entire semester. And so with that, I plan to travel to this place, and actually it works out really well. This place, and this place. And then, there's a little bit of leeway in there because you never know often where the trail's going to go. But what limits is the amount that you say up to this amount. And so it's kind of contained within that category. We can micromanage the travel. If that's something we want to do, I don't know that it's such a great idea to do that,
Well, we have a travel vehicle now that should be ready here this week. So that should.
Well, I hope so.
That'll alleviate a lot.
Hey,
of this.
guys, it's out in the parking lot.
Yeah, I know. So I just gotta take the decals off, so I'll be back this week and I'll get the decals off. And we'll probably get it refurbished a little bit inside next week, so it's nice and clean and ready to go. And then the only thing that will be there is a fuel that gets on a key fob, so there won't be any more travel requests for travel, because the fuel is paid by the town. That goes to the mayor's budgets. That's the line I don't control is to travel. But then you won't have travel vouchers except for daily meals.
That's one of the reasons we've spent so much money all this year, because we were anticipating having a travel vehicle and not having one.
Well, I'm not sure why we aren't playing. Gas still costs something.
Well, we get the fuel pump, so we get, but it's paid by the city. There's a line item budget for travel, fuel budget, you can call it.
now it's like Mike getting fittings for his pipe.
So it'll be
You're
controlled
allowed
by
to-
whatever.
But it's a lot less.
Budget is set aside for travel.
It's the same, it would be the same, it would essentially come out of the same that it's coming out of now, right? Except. for the
Yes, but it'll be less, because right now,
Right.
per diem, or mileage is much greater
Yes,
than actual fuel. So right
Yeah.
now, we're talking like 12 cents a gallon, we're paying out 70 cents a gallon. Do
Right.
the math on that.
72 and a half.
Okay, whatever. So it's gonna come down significantly once, of course, there's, maintenance
Yeah.
and oil change, all that associated, but
Yeah,
It's
but
gonna come
you
down.
still, when we use college vehicles, we still put on travel requisition.
the policy doesn't say you have to do that unless you eat. Cause it's being paid for
That's
by,
the reimbursement back, essentially vehicle fuel is covered.
No,
And it's covered ahead of time because it's pre-budgeted.
so there's nothing getting
So
paid
like
out.
you're saying, that 6-month thing, it's already pre-budgeted in his or the town's budget for the travel.
but
Is
that's
that-
probably what you're saying, that keeping record of the mileage, business miles you put on a vehicle.
It's still spending money,
But that's the budget. that
That'd be a
the
lot
council
less.
Sets that the mayor has to travel with. You say the mayor has $500 to travel with and he spends $500 in fuel in a month, well, he's out of travel.
If that's our understanding, that's fine. And it makes it very simple, and I get that, I'm good with that. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to
Sure.
me. If that was the case, then why are we having to approve his travel vouchers anyway? Because the budget's already there. That's the argument, right?
The travel policy states, if you use a company vehicle, then it's being paid by the company, the town, versus a personal vehicle.
Well, how do we know it's a company business?
We don't.
That's when you approve it.
Well, that goes back and you don't want to micromanage the travel, so it's either, do we want to?
I'm just saying there's
an
an inconsistency in the arguments to me.
Okay.
So that's fine. If we want to play the rules that way, I'm good, because the less better. There's money there. He's using a company vehicle. That's fine. But
Well, that's how the council will control that, though. If you feel that X amount, of money for travel is allotted for discretionary or whatever travel, that's how you control it. So it's not just willy-nilly, because there's still a line, there's still an
Well-
expense to it.
Yeah, Whoever's using the town vehicle driving still should fill out something.
Well, and I'll tell you
Right.
how,
I think so, yeah.
I'll tell you how the school districts have done it, just from, basketball trips, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all a little bit different, but essentially when you get in, there's a book, right? And it's a mile log.
Yeah.
And you're putting it at what you're starting the miles that day
Yeah,
and where you finish the miles, and then you're signing it that I drove that.
And maybe that's, I don't know, maybe we add something there for like a travel log or something, so council could have, see at least what's being done.
Well,
And it has, start trip and where you're going essentially.
that might be an idea, because I mean, we want mayor's travel to be charged to the mayor. We want the physical plan or whatever.
So we
to-
can add some kind of
Yeah.
procedural log that's
Yeah.
done, and then they can be presented to the council at the meetings to see what has been out there. So at least that, you can question things, even though it's not being paid out.
Yeah.
That's something easy to do.
It's attached to a line item, right, to a number, the thing gets put into the budget at a specific spot. So I mean,
Which might not be bad, because.
I think that's a great
No,
idea.
yeah, we can make a log that gets logged, and
And
then, destination, what the purpose was, whatever, that way, the council can review that. I mean, that's an easy thing to make.
I think that's fair. I mean,
I think it's a good compromise.
it helps us charge money to the right accounts.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I think that's totally
Yeah.
appropriate, and I think that you're right.
Yeah.
That'd help with GL counting, because if more than one person's using it,
Right.
the police department's using it, we're not gonna charge the mayor, that wouldn't be fair, and vice versa, so.
No, we should always charge it to the police department.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's a few more tickets, right? Sorry,
We'll
I
get
had to
there.
say that.
I think we can make that happen. I don't know where we're at on the agenda right now, so.
I don't need.
We don't even have an agenda.
we're
trying to get
talking,
the-
we're talking about approving the agenda.
There was a motion to approve, wasn't it?
My motion,
okay.
I'll
I
restate it,
got,
because
I got one more question when we're bringing this up. What we've got. We got Wham coming up, but that's covered. Okay, Wham
Yeah,
has
but-
also asked me to come down and spend another 4 days with them during the legislative session. I'd like to put that on, or have a more, we do.
could that possibly fit under travel policy? So when we have this whole conversation.
Well, we would need to approve it prior. If we don't feel it's a good idea, the council don't feel it's a good
Well, I
idea.
think the way that works, Joel, is you just, the same as your request, you just bring it in prior to it, and then it's pre-approved.
Yeah, I don't,
Prior.
they're just the council, I guess, is.
See, I don't know if we're gonna be at another council meeting, all that.
Okay, I withdraw my motion.
He did.
I now make a motion that we approve the budget at 7:30. With the addition under new business of line item D of business licenses and line item E, Wham Convention 2026.
Yeah, it's legislative. It's not we already.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wham legislative session
Yes.
2026
Right.
is what I meant to
Right.
say.
But have we voted on Wham? I mean, Tammy and I are going, right? So, I mean,
yeah,
I don't
three
know
of
if
us.
I'm going or not. I'm
But-
running shorthanded at my job.
We have in our budget for three of us to go.
okay.
Yeah, that would be.
That was in our
great,
budget.
Pre-approved on court
Yeah,
of
that
policy.
was in our
that's-
budget.
You're covered.
Okay, as long as you're covered. Everybody knows.
Right.
Complete transparency.
Yeah, we did that when we did our annual budget.
All right. Oh, okay, all right.
Let's get this showing.
Okay, let's do, I agree. It's been moved. Did I hear a second?
Second.
Been moved by Councilman Stetler, second by Councilman Whitener. Any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye. Aye, hold the same. Motion passed, all in the affirmative. We have any communication from citizens? We have anybody online? Nobody's in the audience. Consent agenda, approval of the minutes, regular meeting, January 13th, 2026. A public hearing, January 13th, 2026. Can I have approval of consent agenda A?
I move that we approve.
consent agenda A. Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
Moved by Councilman Nordine, second by Councilwoman Hardkey. Any further discussion? Any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Pose the same. Motion passed all in the affirmative. Approval of bill summary, January 13th, 2026. Regular meeting check 24,190, Mayor Highsmith.
I move we approve check 24,190.
I will second that.
Been moved by Councilman Stetler, second by Councilman Nordine. We approve check 24,190 to Mayor Highsmith. All in favor, and I will abstain from that vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passed, all in affirmative. Note that Mayor Highsmith abstained from the vote. Approval of bills, January 14th, 2026 to January 27th, 2026. Can I have a motion to approve the bills? Been motion approved by Councilman Whitener. Can I have a second?
Second.
Been second by Councilman Nordine. Any further discussion? Any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed the same. Motion passed all the affirmative. Travel voucher dated 11 or January 11/12/2026. Have a motion to approve. There again, I will abstain from this. If anybody needs explanations, I'll explain.
What is this?
I move that we approve the voucher.
Been moved by Councilman Stetler. We approve the voucher.
Second.
Been second by Councilman Nordine. Discussion.
What is this voucher?
That's the one went down to Cheyenne. I was asked to come down there and speak in front of the Joint Appropriations Committee. They were addressing direct distribution. And I was asked to go down there and support direct distribution. One of the reasons, because Tim Salazar is the chairman of that committee, co-chair. And I went down there and had a conversation with Tim about direct distribution and represented Shoshoni and Wham on trying to retain our direct distribution. We walked out of there with a 105. So that's what we were several years ago. I think we were 140, what, Chris, 147, 146. Biennium before was 124, and it was 105 prior to that.
125, 124, what?
It was million,
Oh, yeah.
the state
Okay.
as a total. And so it was up to 144, 5 or something like that. And they're wanting the next biennium to go down to 105. So do you remember off the top of your head, Chris, what we get in direct distribution now?
Yeah, it's about 116,000.
Yeah, I think, yeah, that number rings true.
I think back when it was 105, we were getting like 96,000, but they rechanged the formula, so.
Yeah, that was also for the population change.
That too, yeah.
Yeah,
So we're gonna get a cut no matter what.
it would be, so if they go back to 105, that could be,
20,000 a year or so,
or
30,000 maybe.
yeah, maybe. Something like that, which is, because if they're going from 140 something to 105, that's almost 40%.
Well, it doesn't, the formulation. doesn't-
Right. And they're doing away with the VBAL formula isn't in the new bill either. But we was told not to argue about that. We'll work on it while we're down there. So you may get a chance while we're down there to go in sit in a meeting too and talk. But anyway, there's,
Look what you're gonna miss.
but in any events, a direct distribution is a big
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
It would reduce Riverton by several $100,000. Hundreds, yeah. Oh, geez, I think I got a list of what it was gonna do. I don't have it with me
Yeah.
while I was down there. But so it's a big, so it's basically 40 some million dollars that they're not gonna distribute. That was what the governor recommended. But I do think we have some legislatures that are gonna work to try to bring it up.
Okay.
But it's
Now, let's cast a vote on this voucher.
yes, okay, I'm just answering that question. Is that everybody's good with that? Okay. There again, I'm abstaining from voting. All in favor for travel voucher? 11 or January 11th and 12th, 2026. All in favor, say aye.
I,
Aye, excuse me, I abstain from voting. Those opposed, motion passed all in affirmative. Next travel voucher E, again to Mayor Highsmith. This is the Thermopolis to Gotchi, January 14th.
I move that we approve the bill to the travel voucher to Gachi.
Been moved by Councilman Nordine. Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Councilman Hartke. Any discussion? There again, I'll abstain from voting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passed all in the affirmative. Almost said aye again. Resolution 26-002, adoption of Fremont County Emergency Operation Plan.
Resolution number 26-02, adoption of Fremont County Municipal Tribal Emergency Operations Plan. Emergency Operations Plan has been revised from a version last dated February 1st, 2024. DOP encompasses Fremont County government, Eastern Shoshoni Tribe, Northern Arapaho Tribe, City of Lander, Town of Hudson, City of Riverton, Town of Shoshoni, Town of Pavilion, and the Town of DuBois, Fremont County, Wyoming. Whereas the Department of Homeland Security Grant Guidance Program and all state, territorial, local, and tribal governments emergency operations plan to align with the National Response Plan to coordinate the structures, processes, and protocols. And whereas all natural or man-made disasters occurring in Fremont County, Wyoming, regardless of the location, are responded to by all required emergency first responders. And whereas all first responders work under the same National Response Plan guidelines, which includes all National Incident Management System protocols, which also must be included in all emergency operations plans. And whereas all Fremont County, Wyoming governments and emergency services can successfully work under one emergency operations plan. Now therefore be it resolved by the government by the Town of Shoshoni, Fremont County, Wyoming agrees to participate with Fremont County government, Eastern Shoshone Tribe, Northern Arapaho Tribe, City of Lander, City of Riverton, Town of Pavilion, Town of Hudson, and Town of DuBois, the one unified emergency operations plan be used throughout Fremont County, Wyoming, with oversight provided by the Fremont County Emergency Management Agency.
Can I have a motion to approve resolution 26-002?
I move that
make
we
the motion.
approve.
Been moved by Councilman Dornadine, second by Councilwoman Hartke. Any further discussion? Any questions for the chief?
So by this, it talks about whereas all Fremont County governments, so the tribes are considered part of the Fremont County governments.
When it comes to the national stage on emergency operations, yes.
Okay,
So we have something, a major incident here in Shoshone. That means that Fremont County, we can call them Riverton, we can call in every entity within the whole county under NIMS, NIMS 100, 200, 300, and 900, and the operations plans. I'm sure you've seen those plans before.
yeah, okay.
It's pretty much a cookie cutter format, but it lists all responsibilities, who's responding, all the responsibilities. And so this just puts us into that we agree that we're gonna work together in the count of a large national or a large emergency.
It makes sense that the tribes be included just because there's,
Yeah,
We're basically surrounding the reservation, right?
exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
So they got a major fire out there,
Yeah,
it gives, Shoshoni Fire, Fremont County, Shoshoni District to go out there and respond to whatever.
Right. this is important. Yeah, it's a good thing.
Any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye. Aye, oppose the same. Motion passed on the affirmative. Resolution B and C, we've canceled that for the time being. I think I've explained to everybody that, the bid came in, not the bid, the estimate engineers, certified engineers estimate for construction of the building, over 9.8 million. Where the engineer and architect estimate was 7 million. The funding was not available for that, and so the best for what they're doing, it's Wyoming Cardiopulmonary is still dedicated to provide the work towards making that a reality. We will work with them together. I've been working, I've reached out, I've talked to Senator Barrasso's office and also the governor's office. And we're looking at possible means of how to acquire the additional funding need to make this a happening. But Senator Barrasso will wholly support us on any federal funding that we seek with a letter of recommendation. And it's still moving forward, but it just wasn't fiscally viable with adding that extra $3 million approximately to the project for Wyoming Cardiopulmonary to move forward. But they are still very dedicated trying to figure out how to make it happen. And they're willing to put up, quite a bit of their own money too. This is, yeah. So in any event, that's what we got going on with that, and I will keep the council apprised of any information that I get as I'm moving forward.
So are you talking about resolutions? Well, let's do resolution B and C here. We're gonna vote on those?
No, we're not gonna vote on that.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, well, there's nothing to be,
Voted on.
yeah. For the resolution to be made, we need to have public hearings, finished with what we started and have public input, and we gotta know the total scope, value, the funding. The funding has to be in place before we move forward, which it's not.
Did the appraisal still happen of the property?
Huh?
Did the appraisal happen?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
I just got it tonight.
Was it as expected or?
Maybe even a little more than expected.
Good.
Yeah, it's even a little bit more than expected. I just glanced at it. I didn't read them. I just glanced at it quickly. I seen it tonight when I walked in the office. So yeah, a little more than anticipated.
Good.
So
I think it's good.
so that's a good thing. They're guess we move on down. Travel policy, I think we covered it earlier in our discussion, or was there something else?
I think we killed the horse, we beat it, we burned it and buried it.
Yeah.
Almost. But the only thing I could suggest is maybe with the comments that we did have on that, trying to get the agenda approved, coming up with a addition to
Right,
a log to be provided to council for usage, I don't know, once a month or every council meeting, however you want to do it. I think maybe
Yeah, once a month.
if you want to discuss that, so that would fall into that.
Even quarterly on the town vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just trying to think of an action item that could fit under that purview would be that if the council wants to make
I don't think it's something we need to do monthly.
whatever, however you want it to go.
Or if it just stated that town provided vehicle for transportations are encouraged to be utilized. Town issued credit card for YDOT fuel station shall be utilized for fuel purchases. A mileage log must be kept current for review at governing body's discretion. That'd be anytime you want to see it.
Okay.
I mean, if we worded it something like that.
Yeah, I think we can,
And then what would be the negative effects of? Uh. Instead of no payment will be processed for reimbursement, if we change it to no payment shall be released. For reimbursement of travel, which are not pre-approved until after approved. So it could be processed when turned in,
it's,
but not released until approved. And then it's one action.
I think that gets it back to where it's not on the bill item.
Well, if we changed it where no payment shall be released for reimbursement, it could have been put in the bills. Before
not
the
how we
meeting.
set it
I
up.
think the problem is like, if for some reason the council rejected a voucher. And we already cut the check. Now we're having to void the check and go through the county process. I think that's, but it's,
We all
To me,
said
that
this-
way kind of subsides our policy. Like,
Well,
what's the
still don't
purpose-
get paid.
what's the purpose of having the policy then?
it just goes back to the way it was.
It just
before.
goes back to the way it was, so I don't agree with that. Unfortunately, this is the way we wrote it. You're gonna have to be able to quote yourself 2 weeks.
Well, it's a month. I'll be
Well-
I'll be a month on this last voucher. I will get paid. I took off the 10th. Our next council meeting, we're gonna vote to move to February 10th, but that's okay. I'm just pointing that out.
I think it's a moot point now that we have a travel vehicle going forward, so.
Well, sure.
That
Should
won't
be.
even be an issue anymore, but
Unless you chose to drive your own.
Yeah, then you
You're
get-
only reimbursed it at half cost.
Sure.
What, I gotta ask, the travel vehicle, what is that?
that's
That's
$29
It's a Durango for now.
It's the white one that's out there.
Okay.
Finally got the console on it. Somehow we were able
That's a
to,
nice.
Jerry, I guess so it works.
Four-door SUVs.
I'm just-
SUV.
Forward drive.
Looks just like.
Let me know.
Kind of like the place, but.
Oh, that's good.
Looks just like the black cop cars.
Okay. All right.
So I wish Marshall was here instead of me having to speak for him, but I'm just gonna like
You're doing great.
doing what he told me to do.
All right.
So on the B.
So
Do
this
we
week,
wanna add that? Keep a travel log? Do we,
Yeah.
or under the travel guidelines, that a travel log for the town vehicle will be
For our
maintained,
next council meeting to
and we can
approve.
add that.
Yeah,
To be reviewed at the discretion of the governing body.
Okay.
I don't know, unless you guys feel like we have to have a set review time, if we just put at the discretion.
Yeah, I kind of like to see what it's being used for. It's-
That would be your discretion.
How about quarterly at my discretion?
I mean, yeah, we could, however you want, we could add it to the bill, the council.
I like the
packet,
quarterly
whatever,
idea.
It's not a big deal, however you guys wanna do
I
it.
wouldn't complain either way.
Yeah.
It's just, if it's policy, we just gotta follow it, so, I mean, just however you, whatever you want.
Well, I think that.
What do you?
I think that,
Whatever.
I think that keeps it just checked and balanced. on
well,
that.
is there somewhere on that, if you're using company card too, also to put mileage and fuel? If you fill it up for $24 worth of fuel. Shouldn't that also be on the log?
Well, okay, yes and no, it's gonna be on our fuel log, cause you have a little key fob, you fill up that white out like a line
Right.
patrol, you'll use that, and that's tracked by a fuel log.
Will be a fuel,
And that was actually on a printout on the,
that'll be on that specific vehicle,
yes, it's
Okay.
key to the vehicle.
but if you buy,
But on that mileage log, you could put on every line item, a yes or no. Did you get gas? Yes. Right. I gas.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Here's my log. I drove it.
you won't
400
know,
miles later, I got fuel.
you won't know the cost of that fuel until we get the invoice from YDOT a month after the fact. but you can put in 27.2 gallons or 21.2
Sure.
gallons used or,
Yeah.
fueled up. that
Yes,
far.
27 gallons.
Would we have to use the Y dot fill up stations?
Why wouldn't you?
It's about
cheaper.
30 to 40 cents. a
Sometimes you
gallon
don't know
cheaper.
when you run out, you know?
Boy,
Well, why not?
I mean, the 5Ps,
Are they? I mean, I don't know. I don't know where all
Is
the
that
I
any
haven't looked for
Y dot?
Y dot
Yes.
It's
stations.
any Y dot, so.
Yeah, it's not just ours, it's any.
So I understand. I get that. I just,
don't
You
know
don't
what
have to,
feel
yeah.
up Cheyenne.
He also has a credit card, so he can put on his credit
Right.
card, and that would be on his credit card.
And then-
statement
and then
as
I'd
total
explain
And
that
then
on
you
my
get bitched at for spending 40 cents a gallon more.
Maybe.
Oh, I bet so.
So there's two options to pay for
Sure.
gas. Yeah. If you can't find one, you have to get gas. You have a town card to be able to charge.
Yeah.
Sure,
If you're in a bind.
so,
Carry
sounds good to me.
Okay, we'll
Okay.
get it added. And created.
so is it gonna be added to the policy then?
We'd have to approve it.
Yeah, I'll
Get
get
it
it.
voted
We'll
on.
we'll add
Do
it
it
to the
next
next meeting
meeting.
to approve.
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Add it to there and we'll
Yep.
vote to approve it.
then
Yeah.
we'll make a form.
yep.
Okay.
Sounds good. The historic plaque. I don't have an answer on that. So I don't know what.
Wasn't Kathy Blair helping design that? Is that the
It's-
one for
it's-
the park?
Yeah, it got, we turned it all over to the county.
The county.
The county, yeah, the county historical society. They're paying for half of it. I know their leader got really sick and they had another lady step in and
I know, but
I
I
think
thought
that-
Kathy Blair was helping design what they were gonna put
we,
on.
yeah, we already did that and voted on it. We're just waiting for them to order it and what's going on. They haven't ordered it. They haven't asked for our check either. We said we'd pay for half, but they were ordered it. And we provided, I think, well, in our packet, there was a picture of it, what we said it was gonna be.
I've had it like sleep since then.
Okay. Well, I mean, the one, the packet we just set out this time, it's in there. Kim put it in there, I know. I seen it or I was
It's there.
dreaming.
Okay.
So that's where we're at.
Good. The plaque had a nice write-up on it.
Mm-hmm. And actually, that was on my list of stuff to do today that didn't get done. But man, have I been busy with on this clinic stuff. At any event. Mayoral appointments, anybody, any council have any problems with what you were doing last year?
You broke, let's not fix.
Move we approve the mayoral appointments as presented.
It's, okay, we didn't have the A2A group in there. That's I got Mark, John, Lynn, Ken. Ken
Joe.
Cundle's on that and Joe.
Joe, yeah.
Yeah,
And also Julie's on it now. Julie Ballard.
okay. Is Ken Cundle on it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's what,
Yeah, basically everybody on the rifle range committee is there except for Roger Baker.
okay. And Roger's not been active in there and really. I'm gonna put that spot as vacant, that we need
Sure.
somebody else to come in and be my recommendation. And so. So we got Mark Nordine, John Meyer.
When are you meeting on that committee?
On the rifle range committee, we've been actually meeting kind of really as the A2A committee because we're really, the rifle range is a part of the discussions, big part of the discussions.
Which when are you typically?
It kind of varies. We don't have a set meeting time except for Saturday morning from 10 to 10:30 to noon.
Only reason I ask is. I
Did
know
you-
a guy that would be a good fit for that and
You want to talk to him, Jordan?
Who is he?
And ask
my
him,
father-in-law, and he's a very avid gun enthusiast.
Okay, you bet. See if he's willing to,
I don't know that he will be, but
Yeah.
that might be a potential.
I appreciate it. Yeah, reach out to him, because I don't have anybody right now that
So he'd be a part of the Shoshone Rifle Range Committee.
he'd be part of the Shoshone Rifle Range Committee. So with the addition to the A2A, because we didn't have that on our list,
Yeah, well, I'll withdraw my motion. Move to approve the mayoral appointments.
as presented.
Presented with the exception of Roger on the rifle range committee and adding the A2A committee.
6 members.
6 members as discussed.
Thank you.
Second, by yeah, Councilman Stetler, moved by Councilman Stetler, second by Councilman Whitener. Any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Motion passed, all in the affirmative. Lease approvals.
Are these still up to the airport?
It's airports, Shoshone activities, they do their arena, ACFCU at the fire hall.
Well, I mean-
And Brady Keg, the lot on East First.
On page 41.
Yeah,
towards the
I got a copy here if you want to look at it.
I make a motion to approve line item 1. On that lease.
That's the hangar. The
Oh,
next-
okay. The next one?
It's
That's
either
all
hangar
what's
guy.
left,
Okay,
So the others get flowed down?
pretty much.
don't do take care of it.
There's, we get, we want to talk hangers, I have talked to Al Kenyon. We want to wait till we'll get to discussion.
I'd second.
This is just on one, this is the way I'm.
He seconded my motion on line 1.
Yeah, and that's Maddox hangar. We had talked about, so been moved in second, yeah, discussion,
We did talk about increasing that
correct.
at the start of the year. We talked about that back in November, again in
Yes.
December. We did talk about increasing that because the fence that's gotta go in and all this
Steel
upkeep
dams.
to it. And I know that it sounds like he's the one that's being punished, but
Caddy corner.
quote unquote.
He's a winner.
It does need to be increased because we.
Yeah, I
when we
agree.
Talked
I
about what
agree.
everybody was paying at the Du Bois hangar and the other hangars that we've all got. And I get that, you know, there's maybe not a fuel station or fire hydrant water, but how the heck are we ever gonna get to that? If we don't have some sort of increase?
Where the old inn stuff is. So
It's right across from there, right?
that's what I said.
The apartments in that trailer house.
Yeah, it is.
She's renting a lot.
Okay, because that used to be a dentist office at one. Do
Oh.
you even know that either?
So I think,
I used to come over like once a week.
regarding that,
I
I don't, can maybe chime in as to what we were talking about? I think I recommended something that we might have to review the minutes.
I have no idea. I think
I-
you're talking like
I thought it-
400 or 500.
I thought it was 600.
Or maybe 600 a year or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was. I don't know. I did a bunch of research on it and I don't have my paper with me, but. I think Du Bois was. Let me dig in my archive file for a second here.
So can I ask on the two up there on the airport, are they like? They gonna clean them up? Or are we gonna clean them up?
Last I
They-
knew, maybe Kim can interject, because they had been served,
They have
Okay,
been?
I can,
I thought.
Yes.
okay. If you, I want to talk about the other two hangars, I will on this one.
Well, let's
If we're in
let's
discussion.
wait, let's wait.
Okay.
I think. But what do we do on this piece? Because we did talk about increasing this.
Is the fence built?
No,
I mean, I understand what you're saying. But
but this is why we talked about increasing it, because then it turns into what it is. So I stand firm on this and I will not venture a wave on this.
We
We
have
talked
money,
about-
we have money budgeted for the fence.
Right,
We
And
had
then Spencer
accepted a
must,
bid.
huh?
We had accepted a bid.
Yes,
But he never showed.
he never showed up to do the work.
So I
Part of it is-
recall $600 is what I recall, or it was either 6 or 12. I don't remember. So I was hoping maybe Kim could chime in on some of that. But I feel that I'm firm on that.
No, I agree. I think 600 is reasonable.
I think that's a mild.
That's doubling the current, but if you're doubling nothing, that's still not much, you know what I'm saying? I think that's
More.
reasonable. Huh?
It's more than double.
It's triple.
Well, or triple, okay, yeah, it wasn't 300, it was 200, yeah, triple. But that's $50 a month.
It's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
You can't.
I
rent a
think
storage shed for that.
I think
No, you can't.
that's reasonable.
I mean, just at Nick Hoffman's storage unit over here, it's $110 a month. You can't fit an airplane in there.
Or have your own runway.
So
Yeah, but you don't have to build your own storage
Right.
unit at Nick Hoffman's either.
what's that?
You don't have to build your own storage unit. at
Well,
Nick Hoffman's
If,
either.
if that's the mindset, you know, then, but Matiti was paying $800 a year. And it's a maintained runway. Ours is not very well maintained, so I think 6 is fair.
Make a motion, make it 600.
So I retract my initial motion. I'll amend it. That we'll approve the lease to be renewed at $600 per year.
Second.
Been moved by Councilman White, or second by Councilman Nordine to approve the lease for that number 4, hangar number 4. Maddox,
I don't know.
I believe it is. Hangar number 4 for $600 annually.
And any others this year.
Yeah, and any others get approved this year will be the same rate, yes. We're gonna approve for, that's gonna be the rate
Or any leaser.
for any hangar. That amended as such. Any further discussion? Any further discussion? None being. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passed all in the affirmative. That's, yeah, I've talked to Al Kenyon. He wants us to see exactly what he wants. He's very interested in rebuilding his up to our standards. He wants to know what our standards are. And,
Similar to hangar 4.
yeah, and Cam.
Not having parts blowing onto the
I know,
runway.
we don't want-
One for me.
Yeah, Al said, he he hadn't been out there he hadn't been out there for a while. He don't know what blew away. But he wants it to have an understanding of what, you know, what we want standards, so we don't go out there and spend $1,000 and we say, well, geez, this ain't good enough. So I'm guessing what we're gonna require from him, and then Kim has been talking into her name Nancy. They just moved to
Janet
Ken-
Washington.
Janet, not Nancy. And Kim has been talking with her, and I believe Kim, she said she was gonna come by and talk to you in the near future.
Yep,
Okay,
and
so
it sounded pretty much like she is in the same line with Al, just wanting to fix it up and still possibly use it.
Oh, maybe.
so we got some time with these hangers. I think we gave them, I believe, was it 120 days, Kim? To
Yep,
comply?
yep.
So I give it a chance to warm up a little bit. I thought it was been warm. I should have done. it
Well,
before.
well, with the requirements of that, I think we do need to define. What is allowed to be stored there,
Correct.
what the existence of the building is.
Airplanes and aviation associated equipment.
That's
It's a
what,
hangar.
yeah, that's what's in
And
it
we do
now.
need to define it, because on the ones that are blowing in, if you look in there, there is obviously not an airplane in any of them, but there's bicycles, and gas cans, old hubcaps. Actually, kind of some neat stuff. Kind of some barn finds, really, but that goes away from what it was designed to be.
Right.
So I think it's important that we do. But, you know, what we need to do to get to that point, I don't know, but we do need to set what that is.
I believe we already have it. Isn't it in our contract? They can only put
Well,
planes
that's
in it?
what's in there, but what do we need to, what are we
Oh.
gonna set for the expectation of the building?
Oh, okay, correct.
You
Yes,
know,
yes.
so I think we need to look at it in the whole, because that's a fair
Okay.
point by Al and this gal that.
Yeah, this is
What
not
we-
allowed in the past, but this is what we expect now. But yeah, very
I
correct.
think we do need to establish.
I do.
And that'll help the leases as well. They'll kind of know what expectations are. So,
I mean, I don't think the plastic sheeting is copacetic.
now, you know, on an airfield, you want to make sure you don't have things that fly off because, you know, it's called
Right.
foreign object damage, FOD. You know, a FOD being sucked into an engine is probably not a great idea. You know, it kind of messes things up. That includes birds and other things as well, but you know,
And I think it's a requirement that they
yeah.
upkeep, you know,
Yes,
3 feet this way, 3 feet this way, or whatever it is. That piece, you know, should be. So I do think whatever that needs to be, whether it's a special meeting or whatever, I'm not huge on those, but we do need to establish a guideline.
work it on our next meeting or the second meeting in February.
Whatever everybody's good with, I'll comply.
The sooner the better. If they've got a
Okay.
timeline, we should. The clock's already ticking on
You
that.
bet.
but We need to have those guidelines out immediately, if not.
Yep.
sooner.
Okay,
In all fairness, I'd love to see them succeed. I'd love to see them
I'm
just
with
kind
you.
of fix it up, keep it.
Same.
That would be the
Me
best,
too.
best scenario for me.
yep. So move on to we have Wham coming up.
Oh, we did.
Oh, we
did.
we
We
got
did all the. I
Oh, did, we,
Approved leases
oh, that's the rest of the leases.
2, 4, and 5 as presented.
They've been moved by Council Settler to approve leases
There is no 3.
2, 4, and 5.
I'll second it.
Second by, moved by Council Staff, second by Councilwoman Hardkey. Any further discussion?
Just curious as to what lot 414 is.
That's the trailer house there across from the apartments and across from the rec department.
The town
Kitty corner?
Mhm. Used to be a dentist
There's
office
a
a long
trailer
time ago.
on there. Town owns a lot. She's rented it for whatever, like 10 years, 9 years,
Well, she was renting it when I was on the council.
at least
And
10
we
years.
we'll
actually
be done.
jacked her lot rent up 5 years ago or something.
Yeah,
Jacked it up to 130.
Actually, we left it the same.
Oh, I thought we did.
No, we talked about it, but then we didn't.
We found
I
out.
thought it was 100. Okay, we did.
Yeah, we ever.
Remember, we looked into it as far as.
Yeah, we talked about it and then I think Councilman Zent,
Deemed it was competitive or
well,
appropriate for what it is.
for what it is, yeah.
I just didn't know where it was at.
They keep it nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have no complaints now that I know where it's at.
Only thing I guess I question since I've been here, ACS, you've been $300 per month. I mean, I don't know if that's something. I think it's kind of low for a business renting, but that's just my thing.
Is it a business?
Well, it's a bank.
What?
Oh, the AF. Okay, I
ACS.
thought we were still talking about. law.
I lumped them all into one motion.
Which, what am I?
He was talking about,
Oh, the
The
bank,
bank.
oh, the
The
bank, oh,
It's been
I
pretty-
thought bank and a trailer, no, we got a bank.
Hey, guys.
I
Hey,
think they're all.
Yes.
hey, Joel.
Yes,
On the bank, I got a call from Brian and he requested the change of their name to Grand Altitude. So you
oh,
probably
yes,
need to make sure that you approve Grand Altitude instead of Atlantic City.
move to amend the motion to reflect Grand Altitude on line item 4.
I'll second it.
I think
so,
we should approve these individually. I don't think we should lump them.
No, the motions for all of them right now, so.
did we get a second?
Yep.
And second? The discussion is that we should separate them out. Would you like to retract your motion and your second? No? Okay, so all in favor of approving 2, 4, and 5, and number 4 is changed to Grand Altitude instead of ACFCU.
But isn't that kind of low for a bank to be
That's why they
paying?
need to separate.
Yeah,
You could still do that. Even if they're grouped
We're-
together, you can still talk about all three of them and make a motion for whatever you want. Amend it.
But there's already a motion.
You can motion, or you can, I think you can amend it.
We changed the first one to $600 per year.
Right.
We only voted on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be in favor of changing the rent from the bank without having a discussion with them before. It might be low for a commercial
Yeah.
deal, but
I have the same thoughts because I don't know their profit
I'm not
margin,
saying
and
they
they are,
would, but if they say, yeah, you know what, we're gonna close that, now what do we have?
they provide a service for us.
Doesn't
That's
matter.
why I never complained about the low rent.
So that's why personally, I would not be in favor of raising their rent without having discussion with them.
With Brian.
Previous to that.
See if he'd have a nosebleed about it.
I don't think they'd close it, not being that Fastlane makes a deposit, large one daily.
Do we use them now too as a town?
We're going to.
Okay, because I mean, there's a bill that was the Shoshone bill, so,
Right.
that was a year ago.
Yeah, we're trying to get transferred to them.
I would like to. I would like to see that go up, but I think we should, out of the fairness of them being in great standing and great for our community, have a visit with Brian.
Yeah, I think that'd be the right thing to do instead of coming out of the blue and say, hey, you think you could
Kick a little more in.
kick a little more in? Are they paying any utilities or? We pay all utilities and everything, I think.
I honestly don't know.
I don't think a separate meter for me. It'd be a conversation maybe to have.
If we're covering utilities, it certainly should have a discussion about raising that as utilities have been raised.
Yes. So I think it's a reasonable ask.
The Shoshone Activities Association.
They're just a group out of Lyside. They just maintain the grounds supposedly. And that's just, they're not for profit. They don't really have any money, so that's just. That's why it's $10 a year. It used to be more, it's actually reduced 5 years ago. At their request, is because they don't have a lot of activities going on, they don't have a lot of money, so that's why it's $10.
Like for the rodeo grounds.
And they're
They
still,
started caretaker for us.
they still are actively involved in taking care of that.
I mean,
Similar
that's-
to the rifle range.
yeah.
That's my only concern.
They're down there every once in a while. You can hear them.
With the amendment that we visit with Brian and Grand Altitude.
And the approve. What's easy? We need to, with the you want to amend your motion to remove grand altitude out of it?
No,
No, okay.
I know,
We just wanna,
What you want to have the mayor to have a discussion with them and,
yeah, but we don't have to make a motion for that. I don't think you could just have a discussion.
okay, I will.
So we can't approve their
Right.
dates
The
until
amount.
we talk to them.
We could, and we could amend it going on down the road.
no, cause that locks them into well, it's only per month for them, so yeah, that would be fine. But I don't know what the contract reads.
I think it makes sense to wait and get a final amount before we approve it.
It's a year-long lease, but
Yeah. I'd like to know where we're gonna end up at.
I think we can backdate it, hold off and have some next meeting if we're gonna increase it before we serve it to them.
So are we gonna approve 2 and 5? Is
Yeah.
that,
That'd be my recommendation, yeah.
but we gotta break that out, amend it out, or how do
Somebody
you?
could if they wanted to.
Huh?
Somebody could if they wanted to.
I move that we not vote on number 4.
But you'd like to
Kind of.
amend Jake's motion
To amend Jake's motion, yes.
Second.
and been seconded by Councilman Whitener, moved by Councilman Erdine that we at this time remove Grand Altitude's contract approval till next meeting.
Okay.
We covered. So any further discussion? All in favor of the Shoshone Activity Association for arena $10 per year and Brandy Haglot for 14 East First, 130 per month. Any further discussion on those two? None being, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion passed on the affirmative. Now, because of Wham,
What days is Wham?
Wham, pardon,
What date is Wham?
probably going down the 11th. 12th, 13th, 14th.
So why are we trading the 11th off?
Pardon?
Why are,
I'm gonna be traveling the 11th.
oh, okay. I mean the 10th, because it's the 10th
The-
one.
The 10th is Monday, correct?
No, it's
this is,
Tuesday.
Second
Oh.
Tuesday.
Well, I thought it was, okay, we wanna be at the 9th then. Want to have the meeting Monday, because I won't be, so I'm going down, I'm going down Tuesday. I will not be here for the, and I thought 3 of us was going down. I thought Tammy was gonna go.
Well,
down.
I'm still waiting to see.
Okay, and Mark was going down, so I figured there's a good chance 3 of us would be in Cheyenne.
The way it's looking right now, no.
Okay, so, but there, the 3 of you can have, I didn't think we'd have a quorum, but I'm gonna be traveling to Cheyenne.
It's not a big deal to move it. Are we allowed by statute to move it?
Yeah, as long as we,
As long as there's 3 of us, we won't have to move it.
Is there enough time to advertise meetings?
Yes.
Yeah, so
yes,
Yeah,
He's saying the 9th. He meant to say then move it to the 9th.
yeah,
when
Not
are you
have it
going
on the
down,
10th.
huh?
Mark?
I think they normally start about noon or a little bit thereafter, so I'd go down that morning of the 11th.
So you'll be here on the 10th?
I'd be here on the 10th, yeah.
Yeah, so would I.
Okay,
We don't need to move it.
have you seen the schedule? We're not starting early like we did last year.
I don't know.
Haven't seen the schedule.
We could.
So I started at 8 AM last
Yeah,
year
we
down
still do
there.
the 10th.
Or you could still zoom in too.
Yeah,
So we'll leave it the 10th then.
I make the motion that we leave it.
But we don't have to make a motion,
Okay. Covering all ground.
so that's fine.
It actually starts at 11 a.m. on Wednesday. The 11th.
Basically, forgot you got D, business license that was added.
Pardon?
Yep.
Oh, business license, new business, what's the business?
D. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, well, I apologize for my abruptness last meeting. I was hung up at work late to the work session and then I had a family medical emergency is why I had to jet out in the middle of the meeting, so I couldn't. Had intentions of discussing this last time, but on December 11th, Melissa sent out an email. I'm assuming everybody got that. Yes. Well, so we have a bunch of businesses that are not current on their business licenses. And she
Oh,
highlighted all those. One that there's a I don't know if it's appropriate to even mention which ones, but like Tom's Repairs, 2 years in the rears. Tom's Auto, whatever, B&M that's done work for the city has not paid their business.
If you recall, I brought this up of how we approved an invoice for somebody that didn't have a business.
Well, maybe that's why Melissa went ahead and sent out the email, but she sent out a pretty complete email list. Of which ones are not current. And I like Tom's Auto Henderson is 2 years in the rears, the B&M, we got a Cat Mover Designs.
There was a Minnows one too, I believe. I thought I seen
What was it?
So you,
2M Minnows.
12/11, if you go through your,
They can't, 12/11?
yeah, December 11th, Melissa Franklin sent the email out. We ought to do something. There's a little bit of teeth in the ordinances. I think that maybe we should send out a letter to everybody who's not current explaining how far behind they are and what they owe if they wish to continue.
I think that's, yeah, that would be the thing, is to notify and give them. A limited
Bless
time
you.
to, sorry,
Yeah,
to come into compliance.
or cease and desist.
cease and desist all business activity.
and I think that needs to be done. I don't have the authority to call that, but we do.
Make
Can
a
I
motion.
interject?
Yes,
Um,
please.
to add to that, as far as cease and desist any activity, is that any current activity, because like B&M, they're not doing anything for us, but I've contacted them twice or 2 or 3 times. I'd have to look at my email again. And she promised to get back to me, never did. So is that just currently or future too?
Both the cease and desist current and future business within the city limits until you're up to
Yeah.
current.
In our
Business
town
license.
code as punitive actions that can be employed if they do violate that.
Yeah, so
Well, my understanding, I'm on favor of all this, but my understanding on that particular one was that they were supposed to get the business license
Right.
and then we paid them. And they weren't even actively under a business license.
Yeah, that's.
So I know that why the hell do you bring that up? My point is they had received payment for work,
she put a O.
So
by
they
the way
should-
in our-
pay their bill.
I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a little bit of a grace period there and they didn't follow through on good faith.
And I understand, I'm not the attorney, so I'm not sure if we can do things before the fact, and we sent out a cease and desist letter, even though they're in violation of our ordinances. I don't think that we can
is, ex post facto. We
Yeah,
can't go back in
yeah,
time.
no, and I
So
get that.
they got away with that for free. We're moving on. You violate now, this is the penalty.
I agree.
But I'm
I'm
not
just
the
saying
attorney,
that
so I don't know.
it's like, we need to, future, we might need to be a little bit more T's dot, or I's dotted and T's
Well,
crossed.
I don't know why Melissa went through and did that, but I wanted to commend her for sending that information out like she did. But I'd like to make a motion that we, or maybe I don't need to, maybe the mayor can direct the CEO. Direct them to send out a letter, so you've got 30 days to be in compliance or see, and be caught up on all your back business licenses, or you must cease and desist. Current and future. And it'll be revoked in,
Well, the list was for last year, 2025.
That's the ones that have not renewed since they've been.
And still been operating.
right, and so it may be a fluid,
Well, except it was December 11th,
yes.
so we hadn't even started the year yet.
Well, I think she
But
was,
they're already 2 years in.
yeah, she was, those are people that had business licenses at some point. That still currently have business here and have not renewed. So they're on the 2025 list, didn't mean they were current as of 2025. Like they were approved to have a business license, but they never paid to have.
So we're gonna
So he's
demand,
saying they're like 2 years behind now.
Some of them are,
Or
yeah.
the ones that are 2 are now 3 years behind.
Yeah.
Correct.
so we're gonna have them pay for last year.
Oh, yeah.
Doing business, I mean, it would make
You
sense.
don't pay your power bill, they don't forget about it when you do pay it next
Dick,
month.
I'm suggesting that we do that, so yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I make a motion that we notify these businesses to get current on their bill. In 30 days to get in compliance or cease and desist.
Yeah, come in compliance with our city.
That we will revoke their business license and they'll have to apply for another one.
somebody on here is kind of interested, the B2 Wyoming Corporation. Desi Bebout is the point of contact. I don't think she's around anymore.
No,
The
that's.
point of contact for B2 was Al King.
Well, Desi's on here.
Well, I get that. I'm just saying, but it's Al King. He's ran
Yes.
B2 for a lot of years. That's just probably them renewing it and not updating information, so that,
Well, and that just shows they really are behind. Yeah,
I make a motion, we send out notices, they got
Second.
30 day to be in client compliance. And caught up on all past due or their licenses revoked.
I will second Jake's motion.
I will third Jake's motion.
It had been moved by Councilman Statler, second by Councilman Whitener, and third by Councilman Nordine. That we send out notifications for all the businesses that are in the arrears and the instruction there to become current. For their
Within 30 days.
Within 30 days or cease and desist all operations in the town of Shoshone.
And will revoke, and their business license will be revoked, meaning they'd have to reapply.
Yes.
Wouldn't be accepted until they're outstanding.
Any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed the same. Motion carries all in the affirmative.
He was at business, the Wham legislative session that I had added.
Right. What's the? Can I have a motion to approve the mayor going to down to the state legislature, represent the town of Shoshone and Wham, and in legislative direct distribution and other topics down there.
I'd like to see it go to discussion, so moved.
Well, yeah, that's where I'm good.
Second,
Been moved by Councilman Settler, second by Councilman Nordine, discussion.
Well,
Can
they
I-
need you.
Can I say
Sorry.
something real quick? I just wanted to add, earlier when you were talking about the travel voucher and talking about a travel requisition, we have that. Mark, that was something that you also brought from CWC that we created and council approved. So we have a requisition. It just hasn't been utilized.
agreed.
Okay,
Anyway,
what it gives a paper trail, you know, I mean, we could do the same paper trail in a council meeting, but you know, call me old school, but there's something nice about it, you know, I got the document sort of thing.
Well,
Maybe it's
it makes it easier to track also, because going back and trying to find something in minutes is a huge undertaking.
And it's the policy we put in place.
That was it, yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
On,
So this travel to Cheyenne, are you taking the town vehicle?
That would be my intention if we have one.
And you'll already be
It's
down there
already-
anyway
it's
for
already-
Wham, right?
No, this is additional.
No, I'm saying it
but
falls
you're,
right after
you're
Wham,
just going
right?
a day early, correct?
Well,
Yeah.
it's, it possibly could be the next week or the week in March. I asked them to clarify when they wanted me there. So it'd be my intention would be, we could do that.
Well, if it's the same week as the WAM situation.
Well,
It's already pre-approved, and if you leave in a day early, I don't see no issue. The next piece, if it's later in the month or the following.
well,
month,
it'll either be the following week or the first week in March, they said was when they asked me to come down.
So if we vote on that, it could be either date as it has the approval.
Or I can go back and tell them that the week after,
It don't
I
matter.
can do that and I can't make the other one. I told them,
You know,
It's
important for you to be there.
it's kicking a cat here, so.
just trying to figure out, my question, then, when do you need me? When can I be the most
My
effective?
question is why?
Go down there and.
Why do they need you?
Because I have some influence with legislators down there.
To do, I'm
Yeah,
trying to
okay,
understand,
okay,
you said you
exactly.
requested. What's the
Okay, yeah, I
request?
was requested by Wham to come down there and help them, help promote bills that they're supporting, that we're supporting. Direct distribution is one, that they advocate for municipalities.
And aren't you still an officer with Wham?
I am a director. I'm on the board. I am an officer.
So it's
with
Wham business you'd be really doing for them.
Yes,
That sounds pretty good. I mean, we're
I
getting
mean-
represented by this. Our mayor represents Wham, which is kind of awesome, you know, but
but we get, but that way they. Okay, we're down there talking to the legislature, same thing while we're in the Wham convention. They can get a bunch of us over there if we got a bill going, they'll come call us, can everybody that can make this. Meeting, appropriations meeting or whatever it is, show up, cause I've been in there where there's been, 30 some Wham members. And they would say, well, I'd introduce all of our members, well, but please, everybody stand up. Here, whoosh, everybody stands up, cause that, a big part of that, that. They're not real big rooms in there, just everybody stands up, and it's just what's Wham, and we're here in support of this bill. And we've got bills through that they felt was tight, that
So what bills are projected that you need to be there?
well, direct distribution for one, I could get a list from them,
oh, that's slam dunk as far as I'm concerned
You know,
anyway. Yeah.
but that'd be one. It's they personally gave me credit for getting a couple bills across the finish line.
Shoshoni bill.
Because they like to hear from a
Maybe.
small town mayor or whatever. I always tell them it's mid-sized, but whatever. And I have a good working relationship with quite a few legislators. But in any event, and I'm on the board of directors and it's,
Does that answer your question, Jake?
that's sort of why.
And so they need you down
To help log.
on an unspecified amount of days at an unspecified.
No, it's gonna be down there for 4 days.
4 days.
It's gonna be down there for 4 days. And they will, and this is about 6:30 AM to 10 o'clock at night. 9:30. Cause we usually usually at meet 6:30 to 7 AM at Wham's office, then we go to the Capitol. And after the Capitol, there is a lobbyist meeting every night, group that either go to different groups are put in oil and gas, mining, the Cattlemen's Association, you know. That's where I met governors last year, last summer, the governor's wife at Cattlemen's. And we got to talk about, I told about the clinic. And she told him about it that night, and the next morning when we went with Sled, the governor brought up a medical clinic. Because my conversations with her that night, and we go around. Ashley heard just like cats, you know, cat gets around, you go talk to this senator, you go talk to that senator, you go talk to this, explain our, you know, what we're trying to do, our proposition, what we're trying to do, and it's, they want numbers down there to. Cause shot down there, that legislative, that's a busy time. Like I said, that's. Usually wham office 7 in the morning, sometimes usually 7. And sometimes I'm not back to my room till 9, 10 o'clock at night. So it's, I mean, it's no vacation.
So what do we need to do?
I'm just, I'm asking if you approve me going down there.
I move that we approve that Joe would attend the WAM session early to support the state WAM and the state legislation. What?
It's not heading to Wham early. It's going to the
We're
legislative.
going to the
selection.
legislative.
But he's working with WAM people.
Yes,
But it's the.
But it's not the Wham session early. It's at the.
it's after.
It's the legislative session with Wham.
The following week
Or,
in
Month.
March. Or
Okay,
March.
so you make the motion.
oh no, I'm not trying to be negative. I was just clarifying that what he's asking for is a motion to attend the legislative
Session,
session with
yes.
Wham for 4 days.
I move that.
I'll second it.
Thanks.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be.
You're
No,
fine,
no,
you're
no,
fine,
just trying
you're
to
fine.
figure out.
I don't mind the clarity.
And-
I really don't.
And we should have clarity, and I
With
want to bring
everything
that up.
happening at once, it's getting a little confusing.
Well, yeah, I just want him to go down. So, yeah, and be approved by us to go
I
down.
try to do the best I can for Shoshone. And I'll admit it's spelled easy, it's good for them, it's good for us, but that's. Any further discussion? I'll abstain from voting. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passed, all in the affirmative. And I should have the town car for them.
Well, no.
I'll be
cruising
driving
today.
down then, so I won't. So expect mileage from me. Unless I could take, maybe Chris would loan me one of his cars. That'd be kind of fun.
That's what the Durango is, a retired police car.
No, I don't want a retired police car. I want a police car.
Jordan, would you like to add anything?
I got nothing as of now. But I see this plaque and I was under the understanding on the historic plaque that this was going into the new park, correct?
Correct.
Whatever happened with the plaque that we, I'm 99% sure we approved. And I'm a little biased here, but that elevated this park and we talked about naming that park and its court and those things.
I don't remember approving. I wanted to do that. I brought that up, but I don't know if we ever voted to approve it.
Okay, I thought.
I'd have to check if we did, because I actually wanted to do that, but we haven't put it in our budget, because I didn't think we approved it.
I thought we did, and it was fairly inexpensive, and we talked about.
Was that and checked on it? I don't remember checking on a price, or, see, I don't remember, I remember we talked about it, but.
And I thought that's what this plaque was.
Oh, no, this is the Historic Society,
Where's
Yeah.
this one gonna go?
huh?
Where's this one gonna go?
This will go down.
Northwest corner, ain't it? Or somewhere on the town plaza.
Yeah, I believe northwest corner,
Okay, so the new.
Newtown, yeah, Newtown.
Okay.
An
And it says
historical
historical,
society.
yeah.
Driven deal.
And has it been
We,
proofed by our historical people?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's
And
been
it-
approved. I don't know why
they were
we ain't
supposed to
done
order it. We've offered to pay, we're paying half. They
it.
got
We
to order. it.
budgeted it.
Yeah, we budgeted last year. Okay. So, yeah. We'll get it this spring. But they had, the head of the Historical Society got sick. Last fall. I think. So that's, I think, part of it. But I need to try to run that down. Because, mine just went blank, from Hudson,
Yeah.
Lander. That was on the A2A committee.
Oh,
Mine just went blank.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, as she was taking over that to help her out. Yeah. That's who I needed to talk to. Mark,
two things. One, are you around later this week?
yes,
Because there were some questions last time about the idea of the dog park over here, not dog park, but just pens,
yes,
and kind of where the location was and all that. I would like to walk you out there and show you what I'm thinking.
okay,
And
I walked
anybody
out
else
there
that-
and I figured out where it's gonna be, but you
Okay.
even gave me the layout, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I missed that, I thought it was way closer to where pavement in, but it's not.
Yeah, well, you'd be adjacent to the pavement.
Yeah, it would be, but yeah,
It's
there's
on the-
a lot more room there than I thought.
Yeah, dirt spot. That kind of surprises some people too, so,
Yeah.
all right. I will proceed with getting estimates then.
Yeah.
Because, yeah,
I think.
Where are you talking?
Phone, sorry.
So where are you talking about?
Right outside the parking. lot.
Oh, right.
so
out
we have a
here.
parking lot out here, right? It's paved all the way up to the street. And if you go to the west edge of the
Right,
pavement,
that's where you were talking.
between
right,
that
yeah.
and the property line, for our neighbors, it's about 15 feet.
Right.
So we're looking at about the 12 to 15 feet wide, sort of 3 dog pens. And the idea would be just to give people who come to fast lane
Oh, yeah.
a fast way to get their dogs relieved or
I think we
whatever.
kind of have an obligation to do that.
Yeah.
If nothing else, for our local property owners to help alleviate some of their issues.
Exactly. I think that would help.
Not only the Thompsons, but the Davises and some other people that have had trouble with.
Yeah, and we could, I think we need to do that with signage too, so people know, come this way, here, not
Dog
that
rest
far.
area with a sign, and I
Points.
would suspect a fast lane may help. Spring for a little signage if we get that built, put a sign on their property
idea.
with an arrow. I
Excellent.
bet
idea.
they would.
I will bring that up this Saturday, because this is when we're
What-
meeting our A2A meeting.
Do we need to put grass there also? That's a question.
You
I've
know,
seen them like it's mysteries, they're like pea gravel.
Yeah.
it is, I don't know though, they go in and, once a dog goes in there and uses it, it's gonna be the most entertaining part for a dog that's traveling. They're just gonna go around and sniff their little heart content, get all happy, and they aren't gonna care what the gravel, what's on there.
Okay,
So, I think a gravel base makes sense, just.
Max,
for
I
that
think
sort of-
Grass would look nice.
Maintenance, so.
True.
Yeah, and I
that
think,
look nice.
I know.
I think this is the first
I'll
of
put it on down.
2 dog thingies. The second one would be a larger, more of a dog park.
We're turning into the dog capital.
You betcha, buddy.
All right.
I've driven
So-
around town recently.
Who let the dog?
Yeah, we're
out?
already there.
We're already
So,
there
I got one more.
and they're
Yeah.
unregistered.
Go ahead.
No
Council.
licenses on those dogs. We'll keep them hidden though. A rifle range update, the land acquisition from the BLM.
Yes,
So it's proceeded to the point now where they're looking, it's getting a environmental scan surveyed, done. And so what that is it's like a consulting engineer or comes out, does sampling of the ground. They know it's already a rifle range. They expect to find lead, it's just part of the deal. And they know that, but it's part of the boxes that they need to check. The town is gonna have to pay for that. The BLM does not pay for that, and it's gonna cost estimates that I've got so far are $5,000 to $10,000. And I'm going, are you kidding me? $10,000 out of state for the 10,000 coming up, flying up from Colorado. You wouldn't want to drive after all. And then the other one is out of Casper. And so I'm going, we're going for the $5,000 one. So that's a heads up. We need to find out where to get that 5,000. I'm pushing for the 5,000. But anyway, we are going to be responsible for that.
Let me check with DEQ. See if they got a grant for that.
Okay.
They may not, but don't hurt to ask. And $5,000, probably not.
You know, it's a consultant. What they do to come up, they take samples,
Yeah.
right? Analyze samples, write a report. You
Sure.
know. Yeah. We did that. Here it is.
What specifications do you have to do that?
Qualifications.
You'd probably have to be a registered PE to do that, or chemist of some sort.
It's a decent chance they're gonna find high
have
levels of lead and copper.
You think?
There's probably some chemists around here.
I know. Well, you know, I could go do it.
Self-proclaimed chemists, that is.
Making meth don't make you a chemist.
They cook some stuff.
I know where you were going with that.
You didn't have to read out loud.
Thank you. I had no idea. So
I knew what he was saying.
So,
I was just trying to make light of the situation.
sure.
that's it. We're meeting Saturday at 10:30 at our place. If anybody's interested and would like to come.
Jake,
Yeah, well, I didn't know where we were at on the land that,
Start with DEQ and see if they have any.
last meeting, you said you hadn't had a chance to visit with the realtor. I didn't know if you'd had a chance since then.
with out of Casper,
Yes.
yeah, I did touch bases with her. I was trying to get her up. And she can't get up. She,
Oh, to get boots on the ground here. you mean?
yes,
Okay.
I'm trying to get her up there, get the boots on the ground. We could talk about, she'd been out of state, she just got back. And I've been dealing with the claim.
Right, yeah, that sucks. That got put on hold.
Yeah,
All right, as long as we're still moving on.
but
that.
I did reach out to her, and like I said, she said she'd been out of state. And that's,
And then I wanted to touch base with, on the dog park conversation. First of all, the horseshoe pits have to stay. And that has to be accepted for me to support the dog park plan. And I thought it's very nice of you to think about my livestock. But actually, have you walked those rocks and stuff over by our place that the town owns? Or some of it? I'm not sure exactly where the.
By the
property-
trailhead?
Yeah,
I think-
between there and my place.
I think it's beautiful. Yeah.
Man, it's so
And it's got water, there's power there.
So
I
the
mean, the fence, there's.
dogs don't bother us. We protect our livestock, just so you know. We will within the bounds of the law, which are very open to protecting your livestock. We protect our livestock. So don't worry about our livestock. They'll be fine.
Well, you know, the idea of a dog park is they're inside the enclosure.
Right,
And so If
exactly.
they're out of there, not really
yeah,
my concern.
But, you know, there's a lot of big rocks and sandstone, which is kind of a bitch defense, but, oh, sorry, tough defense. But,
talking about a female dog.
yes, exactly, but,
they fence?
you should walk it or give me a call and I'll walk it with you. I don't know what you're looking for in a dog park. The reason I mentioned to look at that again is like, not a lot of good stuff happens down there. But I think if we had more positive things happening down there, it would be less of a place for people to go do not good things.
Well, and particularly with the trailhead project that's happening.
And if you could build the dog park somewhere in there, because you don't really need, there's native grasses grow and there's cactus. That is a great education for East Coast dogs. But there's a lot of natural obstacles for them to climb and play on and stuff like that.
Yeah. We probably had, a good design of a dog park has basically two areas. One area that is, like a large dog park, and then for large dogs, and then a smaller one that's for small dogs. But, you could go to either side. I mean, nobody's,
There's a lot of natural obstacles, is what
Yeah, right.
like an obstacle course for them to run.
oh, I really like that area. I do. Parking, think of parking a big fifth wheel parking down there.
Well, it's just my understanding that land is designated for outdoor recreation use
Yeah.
only.
Yeah, we have the property from the boundary line of, this is per Lynn Thompson, right? From the west edge of their building, the rec building there. So the ball field is even ours as well, and isn't that an opportunity? I mean, I know it was, there's gotta be something we could do at the ballpark. I mean, and there's power there. I mean, there's a lot of things that are there that they'd have to be refurbished. I get that, but it could be a pretty cool rec area.
Yeah, was back in the day.
Yeah, it looks like it was. I mean, there's a
The
lot of,
medical clinic going, or the cardiovascular clinic going will need it, but I just wanted to mention to look at that area. I don't know what you're looking for in a dog park, but with a lot of natural obstacles, a lot of natural desert landscaping already done.
well, and it's also sprinkled, right? It's irrigated.
Further closer into town. Yeah.
And it doesn't, I mean, the whole thing doesn't have to be irrigated. I mean,
Right.
there's parts of it that we'd like to try to maintain some grass with.
Yeah, I don't know, when it's got sprinklers, but I don't know what condition the lines are underneath the ground or anything else. But they used to have them, they had them big sprinklers.
Those are, yeah.
And they were built for the water came out of the sewer lagoon.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Pretty
that was,
fertilized,
huh?
pretty fertilized.
Pretty fertilized, but anyway, that kept our sewer lagoon down. And yeah, I mean, and that irrigated the crap out of things.
Talk about, talk about ditch water, right? Yeah.
Not even shitting
Yeah, my,
or pissing, yeah, whatever.
And everything else I have to talk about already been covered, so thank you.
I got nothing.
oh, what do I got? Gotchi, we met the new CEO, Gotchi. He's a Thermopolis native, graduated from Thermopolis. And I think he's a 2001 graduate from Thermopolis.
Who dat?
Gosh darn, I forgot, I'm terrible on names. Who's he's a cousin, first cousin to the guy Dusty, whatever, B&M, same last name.
Bruce.
Roche, he's Roche. But he's a 2001 graduate from Thermopolis, really happy with the arrangement they have over here with Shoshoni.
Boy, they're busy. I mean, they're really employing 2 therapists. Here, yes, I know that from personal experience. They're only there on Tuesday and Thursday, but they are booked solid
They
both
are.
days.
No rent, free utilities, I mean. Who wouldn't be happy with that arrangement?
We could put them in at our airport, yeah.
But in any event, yeah, we had a real good conversation. His son's a freshman, plays basketball. He just came back from an injury. We talked about you, Jordan. It was all good.
I know who his son is.
Okay.
I don't know who dad is, but I know.
Okay, he played basketball his dad played basketball for Thermopolis also. But anyway, yeah, so it's pretty impressive young man. He's very happy to be, he was in Kansas, very happy to be back in Wyoming. I think he graduated from Kansas. And that was on the work out when he got out of college, I think. But that went real well. Asked him anything he needed from us and said no, and he talked about it. Is there a space where they could have a fitness center? You know, where they could come exercise, the public, the town and stuff like that. They might be interested in partnering with us in a bigger space.
At the old town hall building.
Well, yeah, that, I hope we get that put to work doing something else, but we also have our, not the rec department, but our town hall down here, our meeting, plat down there.
Yeah.
That might be an option, because we have the senior center and the rec center also for having events. That might be something. That's a big enough space where you could do something like that. So he said he was interested in doing something like that, partnering with the town, so. It's tall, see, you can put a basketball hoop put in there, huh?
Where at?
The fire hall. Community room.
I don't know. But you gotta probably have at least 18-foot sidewalls to have an indoor hoop,
Do you?
everything.
That may only be 16 in there, huh?
I know I'll see it.
They're pretty
March 1st.
tall.
Yeah, I'll be inside at March 1st.
Okay, but anyway, it may not, but anyway, I'm just,
Beach.
Okay.
Something or another.
but anyway, I didn't know. If that's anything we're interested in, that's only place I think that's big enough to do anything like that. I don't know. But it'd be nice to have something like that in town if, too bad we don't have our old gymnasium still here. But
Maybe
we
there's-
don't, huh?
Maybe there's some grant money.
There may be recreation money.
Yeah, or recreation.
Yeah. So that's, and Wind River Transit Authority. They're talking about, I don't know why I got that on there, Tim, other than to talk about the 3/4 cent tax for ambulance and transit authority. I don't know why I have that on there. Cause they are working on, but that's, and then the Wind River Visitors Council but Jay wasn't here for their last meeting. Had a brother had surgery, so he missed that, so he didn't have any information for us on what's going on there. Travel budget. I'm running low on money on my travel, on that. It says mayor's travel budget, so I guess that's my budget specifically. But we've driven a lot, I've driven more than anticipated, and particularly, I thought we was gonna have a town vehicle before now. But Kim advised me we're down to about $600 or something on the travel budget. I don't know exactly, but something like that, $645.
I guess you better get a second job
Hmm?
to help pay for your funds.
Yeah, I need that. That's what I need to do, is get that second job. Every time I get ready to do that, it seems like I have to do more here, but on my spare time, I'll see if I can't get a job. It's, I can't shovel snow anymore very good.
You don't have to shovel
Not
snow.
really an issue.
Not this year.
You wouldn't have much business if you could.
Yeah. Yeah, that ain't too big of a deal this year.
Yeah.
And there again, it's, we've already discussed what's going on with the clinic, so we know all that. Seem like I'm forgetting something that I ought to be talking about, but I ain't got it written down, so that's all I can think of. I didn't get to talk to Hot Springs Health because I tried to get both of them at the same time, but he was gone. And the Gotchi actually CEO called me up and wanted to meet, so that's and the conversation went well. Did I talk about the conversation with the visitors council and everything in Lander this afternoon? That went real well.
Yeah.
I think, as well as it can be, because they don't have any funding. They don't know if they're gonna be exist after July 1st. Yeah. But they have a plan. They think they will be, but there's no guarantee. And so it will probably be different. Which actually Josh says he believes they need change, and they've been working towards change. And so they think they get together and come up with a reason to keep. If they disband, they'll be the only state in the union that doesn't have an organization like them in it. And they talked about that, like Utah is really ramping up. Wyoming doesn't want nuclear. Utah does. There's a lot of that going. That project was in Bar 9. It went to Tennessee. Tennessee, oh, we don't want it. We don't want it. As soon as Wyoming didn't vote to bring it in, Tennessee called, hey, you can come here. Yeah, but anyway, but they're trying to work hard to help us, but they agree they've made mistakes and they need to change things. Other than that, I'll be talking to them again tomorrow morning at 7:00. Meeting them tomorrow morning, 7:00 at the hall in the end. But anyway, that's all I got.
I'll make the motion that we go home.
I have a motion that would you make a motion that we adjourn the meeting first? Then
Sure.
go home?
Sure.
Have a second. Second by Councilman Nordine. That we adjourn the morning, meeting and go home. Any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion passed, affirmative.